in Kashmir that we have held a meeting, G20 meeting, great nations have come to Srinagar, so it is quite peaceful. Yes, it might look peaceful for them, for the guests, special guests, but for us, the common people, it is as it is. They are beating us, they are abusing us. Yes, you will not say anything, but tomorrow, who knows, you will be the victim. You will be under order. Before it is too late, my only appeal this evening is please try to understand. Don't get bluffed by the false propaganda of this regime. They are good sellers. They are good sellers of untruths, falsehoods. Who is facing hunger? We are thinking about a Kashmiri is facing, let him. A Mussalman is facing hunger, let him. Mussalman says, somebody Dalit is facing, let him. My dear ones are victims of hunger. You are trading halal meat, sending marketing in Dubai. That is not haram for you. But you are asking a small, poor person what to eat and what not to eat. We are looking through this prism, my pain and your pain, a Muslim pain, a Hindu pain, a Dalit pain, a Christian pain. What is happening in Manipur? It's not my concern. What is happening in Gujarat a few years before, it's not your concern. What has been happening in Kashmir, it is nobody's concern. Pain is pain. Pain has no color. Somebody gets killed, it is painful. And somebody does not have employment, it is painful. Somebody does not have wages, it is painful. Somebody has no fees for the child, it is painful. Somebody has no medicine for his parents, it is painful. And they are uniting together who create pain for all of us. I am really grateful and feel privileged that I got this opportunity to be here in this evening to talk to our friends and comrades. It will not just be a lecturing you, not like that. I just want to share my pain as a citizen of this great country. Because I do feel the necessity of sharing it more, and I do feel it is required that all of us together must seek solutions to our problems, to our common concerns. I, as a human being and as a citizen, living far away, we have many similarities that I hope we are good human beings. We are citizens of this great country, but we have dissimilarities in terms of climate, in terms of habits, in terms of many other things. But still, I must tell you that I feel as if I am since long, I remain since long connected with you and related with you. That is why my heart will speak this evening. My heart will speak this evening. I cannot afford to remain silent this evening while watching the Holocaust somewhere in this planet called Palestine. In my view, I cease to be a human being if I do not feel the pain, the agony of those children. of those children who are not allowed even to weep. What about those mothers? I was just watching a video. One journalist, he has lost around 40 persons in his joint family. 40 persons. Can you imagine? A journalist. I myself watched the voices of a journalist from Al Jazeera who was covering that unfortunate situation there. His wife, children, with the bombshell got finished, and he was still reporting that saddest event which he faced for his whole life. Please try to understand this. This is the world. This is today's world. Why I am reminding you, this younger generation today, about all this? You know much more than what I know. You might be watching, you might be listening, you might be feeling. Because we are related. Somehow I feel, in terms of history, we are related with all those who are suffering, because we too have undergone great sufferings. And that is why the great leader in the recent history produced by our country, called Mahatma Gandhi, then when he was on the path of struggle for the freedom of the people of India, he was just talking about we need to be treated as human beings. We as a nation want to be free. And then he was having the feeling that whatever is happening there, called Palestine, it is equally painful, it is equally matter of concern for all of us. I don't know how many of us remember, because sometimes in dreams, whenever Gandhiji comes in my dreams, he always reminds me, Yousuf, I was assassinated. I was killed. I am no more. I don't want any favor from anybody, because nobody can do much about what has happened. But you can do one thing, one favor. Don't kill me repeatedly. Bullets are enough once. Don't use the bullets time and again. I just inquired from myself what Gandhiji is saying now. He has a dream. He has a vision. We may agree, we may not. There is a scope for knowing more about such personalities. There is a scope about agreements, disagreements as well. That is how history moves. But he has a passion to see Indians. He never talked about Hindus alone, never. When he addressed the nation, he talked the people of this great civilization. There was Nehru on one side, there was Abul Kalam Azad on the other. No differentiation. Marching together. feeling and sharing the pain of fellow citizens together. No question of who goes to temple, who goes to mosque, who goes to church, who goes to somewhere else. The concern was, we are citizens, we are human beings, we belong to this land. And the passion was nothing, not to be the emperor. Gandhi never wanted to be a king. He chose a path which was to empower the people, which was to give our people, the people of this land, the space to survive freely, to be masters of their choice. To be masters of their choice. Not that who is rich and who is not rich, but certainly a good life for each one of us. That was the passion those days with those great leaders. Where is that India today? A big question for me, for you, for all of us. But before I talk about those issues, I must invite you again to think about those children who are yet to born, who are yet to take birth. Even they seem to be terrorists for Israel. Even when the people get killed, devastated, even in the graveyards, the big people, the big armies, the big F-16s, they go on with the bombardment. They are afraid of even graveyards. Is this the power? Is this the empire? Is this the world? My question to myself, where, Yousuf, you stand today? But then, again, I go through the pages of history, I see once upon a time the same powers, the same empires were doing, if not the same, but not less, here in this part of the planet called India. The then India, I am not talking of, it has fragmented. Now we have some more countries than India. Who created Israel? It is said that it is product of the Holocaust. Yes. Where from that Holocaust emerged? It was again a big monster called Nazism. Again, when the belief was getting deep into our minds, that it is invincible, cannot be fought back. But great people of the country, great people of the planet, many countries, they came out of the slumber and took up the challenge and said goodbye to those monsters. I still remember, I do have concern about that pain as well, that Holocaust, victims, Holocaust is a Holocaust. For me, it doesn't matter whether victims of Holocaust are one generation or the other. But from Holocaust, lessons have to be drawn. just to unitedly search out solutions so that such situations do not emerge. More holocausts do not take place. That is the challenge for the human generation, humanity, we the human beings, to draw lessons so that holocausts are not repeated. For very, very good reasons, we remember 1917. But on the same year, November 2, something happened. Foreign Secretary of Britain, United Kingdom, called Balfour. He was the Foreign Secretary. He issued a declaration, very short, and that's why till now it is known as, whenever Palestine is discussed, this is known as, that declaration is known by his name. 100 years before, that the plan was set in motion through that decree to create a homeland for Jews. It was not. Israel was not then. There was no separate state for Jews. Jews were part of many other countries. Why I am just reminding you, we have a connect, we have a history. The British then, they created this conflict. It was created. There was no Israeli population as such, Jewish population as such, in big number here. They were smuggled, they were got from other areas, and they got settled here at the cost of, they got settled in a home, in a house, by evicting those who have been there for since long. Evicting the local population. It is that conflict. And I, as a student of history, can understand it because the same empire was then. British Empire was creating more tensions, more crisis for our society. Look to the famine and all that other things which happened. How they treated us here. So that's why I just remind you that there is a link of history. These events, we cannot be indifferent from what happens elsewhere in the world, particularly today's horrific situation which is prevailing in that part of the world called Palestine. I'm not asking you anything. I'm not asking anything myself because I am not in a position to do much. But I'm just asking myself, remind our relationship, the relationship of our sufferings, the relationship which our life was ordained by those very same powers. And the same power which, while getting defeated on this soil of India, created a permanent wedge, while leaving India, created a permanent divide. Now we are looking through this prism, my pain and your pain, a Muslim pain, a Hindu pain, a Dalit pain, a Christian pain. What is happening in Manipur? It's not my concern. What is happening in Gujarat a few years before, it's not your concern. What is happening, what has been happening in Kashmir, it is nobody's concern. Pain is pain. Unless we share it, learn to share it, unless we learn to feel about it, express our concern at least, who knows? This pain does not know the time. It has no timetable. This pain has no color, creed, no religion. Today it is being projected as if there is a war between Muslims and Jews. It is not. The Britishers who created this whole conflict, they were not Jews. It's not that. Again, it is not today what Americans have the interest of Jews today. What they have done in Iraq a few years before, in Libya, what they intend to do in other areas of the world. It's a monster. They bite you here, they bite me tomorrow. That is why I request you to ponder over, to draw lessons from the past. Empire is empire. Today's the relationship between American interest, British interest, and the Israeli interest. It is not the people of Israel. No. It's not the ordinary Jew. It's not the ordinary Muslim, Christian. They are the same powerful people. When it started, American president said, we have to reshape Middle East. He said it. He will reshape it for whom? For the interests of the capital. For the interests of those who are exploiting the people of America. Please try to understand. Now, unfortunately, it is happening today that as if it's people are getting killed, and America says we are a better world, we are democrats, we are free countries. Free for what? Killing the people? Democracy for what? Giving a license to those butchers there? My appeal to you is that we have to draw lessons and try to share the pain. Pain has no color. It's not black pain, it is not white pain, it is not this pain or that pain, Tamil pain or Manipur pain, it's pain. Somebody gets killed, it is painful. And somebody does not have employment, it is painful. Somebody does not have wages, it is painful. Somebody has no fees for the child, it is painful. Somebody has no medicine for his parents, it is painful. And they are uniting together who create pain for all of us, for capital. They have today, they are focusing on the Arab oil, they are focusing on the gas in Gaza. Big people are there collaborating. And today, you know, we are being told in Kashmir that we have held a meeting, G20 meeting, great nations have come to Srinagar, so it is quite peaceful. Yes, it might look peaceful for them, for the guests, special guests, but for us, the common people, it is as it is. Now they are talking that our economy is developing. It might be, Because yesterday, only 2 days before, there was a list of billionaires topping the list at the international level, and we are listed there in that list. Amanullah Sahab, we are listed there. Not you and me, but their dear ones. Dear, dear ones. They are trillionaires now. And while as on the other side of my country is that we are topping the hunger list as well. Who is facing hunger? We are thinking about a Kashmiri is facing, let him. A Muslim is facing hunger, let him. Muslim says somebody Dalit is facing, let him. My dear ones are victims of hunger. We have to seek solutions. They are seeking solutions, they are imposing solutions which provide them more profits, which make them more richer. We have to make efforts, not separately, together, to make our tomorrow better, to make our tomorrow. This hour is not who goes to mosque. This hour is not different for that person who goes to the temple or church. Let him go. But this light here in this hall, it is not discriminating between a Tamil and a Kashmiri now. No. Tomorrow I will go to Kashmir, it will be 0 level minus temperature. So I will be forced to change it. But today you can't just discriminate by not sharing the hot wave here, which I am facing. Where is the difference? My hunger is hunger. It is painful. I am not in a position to face market because it is beyond my reach. I don't have that much of income. In the market, big hospitals are available, but many of our people cannot afford to go to avail those opportunities because fees is higher. Medicine is something which we cannot afford. Do you know why I am crying? Britishers have left, they have divided us. Painful. I am a Pakistani, I am an Indian, I am a Bangladeshi. We are competing now in poverty. We are competing whether Pakistan is ahead of us or we are ahead of all. And whatever money we are producing, a farmer is producing, a worker is producing, or an intellectual is researching for, we are spending that on what? Arms industry, big guns. We have enough money. And who are holding the charge of those industries? It is industrial military complex of the Western world. So they have an interest. They have a vested interest to create zones of conflict. Our wages, our earnings, we don't have command over. Those earnings and wages are going to their pockets. Again, it is not that earlier the rulers were quite bright and all that in my country. Were they? Always bright? Comrade, you tell me at least because you are telling something to me, but privately. Tell us publicly today, all old days were not good. All old days were not good. But surely they were not as worst as we are facing today. All old days were not good. But today, it is worst. There is difference. We are now pawns in the hands of those corporate people, big people. They dictate now the policy matters. They fashion the policies of the government. Not you as a Hindu, not you as a Muslim, not you as a Sikh. You live in Manipur, Punjab, or elsewhere in Kashmir. You don't matter. Can't we resolve? Can't we just get together and work harder? Work harder. You at your place, myself at my place. They want us to create gaps. That you are a Kashmiri, I am a Tamil. Tell them we are proud of Tamil history, where Periyar was there who gave the sense of identity to the people of Tamil Nadu. We have a Sheikh Muhammad Abdullah. Once you hosted him here, though in prison, but again he was a great person. You know, even while dead, they are haunting today's people who matter. It was Sheikh Abdullah who brought me here today. He created a situation. He worked very hard. His colleagues and he, under his leadership, when there was a choice, when country got divided, when madness was virtually prevailing, par, across, Muslim madness, Sikh madness, Hindu madness, we were killing each other. Punjab was becoming slaughterhouse like Bengal, and even in Jammu there was campaign of killings going on. Some people are talking today, Yousuf Tarigami, we have done because Article 370 was creating terrorism there. And some people are talking, yes, now we will go. Because terrorist has gone, 370 was a terrorist, that is gone now, Kashmir belongs to us. One simple question, for the last 70 years, Kashmir was for whom? Anyway, big debate. And those times when there was a choice for them, whether to join Pakistan, because the only Muslim majority area bordering Pakistan, the only Muslim majority state bordering with Pakistan, no Indian army until 15th August, not even Maharaja's small security guards. Tribals had come, they had left for Jammu. One question is to my comrades, please, it's not the question of Kashmir. No, it's the question of your own future. If we are beaten with this stick to the air in Kashmir today, who knows the same stick will be used to disempower the great people of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra, and elsewhere. Please try to understand. They are beating us. They are abusing us. Yes, you will not say anything. But tomorrow, who knows, you will be the victim. You will be under order. Before it is too late, my only appeal this evening is, please, try to understand. Don't get bluffed by the false propaganda of this regime. They are good sellers. They are good sellers of untruths, falsehoods. There is a huge propaganda campaign is being conducted at the national level to distort the facts about Kashmir. It is important that you as citizens, responsible citizens, must know the other version of the situation. Now there is a huge propaganda, not today, but since long, since the birth, they could not dare, they could not get time, they could not pick up the courage to remain for some time in jail during the British period. You understand? Those who are masters of the country today. They don't know what the history has been of our freedom struggle. They don't know, and neither they try to understand it. What the situation was then, when country got freedom, and unfortunately it had to pay a huge price by getting divided. It means both the people of Pakistan, the then Pakistan, now Bangladesh, and our country India, all of us have suffered, continue to suffer because of the empire's policy of divide and rule. They succeeded. First time in our modern history, it is unprecedented that lakhs of people got dispossessed, evicted from their homes. How terrible it is. Only those know who have suffered, who have gone through that period. For us, it's the question of drawing lessons from those painful chapters of our history. But I must say, when the country got divided, Britishers proposed a formula that rulers of the princely states, as they were called then, or the masters can decide which dominion they will join. There were two dominions, one India and another Pakistan. But please try to understand it. At that time when the country got divided on the basis of religion, Jammu, Kashmir, on both the sides of the divide, Ladakh region was Muslim majority, Jammu was Muslim majority, Kashmir was then Muslim majority and even remains now Muslim majority. This is history. Maharaja was father of Dr. Karan Singh, a Hindu Maharaja from Jammu. He was reluctant to join India. That is why accession could not take place till the last week of October. Please try to understand. Till last week of October, Jammu Kashmir was independent. It was not part of India. Why? Because the Maharaja, who was the authority to take a decision, did not want to join India. Rather, he aspired for to remain independent. History, please go through the pages of the history. And then The Hindu Rajya Sabha at that time, today's BJP, there was a group working. They sided with Maharaja Hari Singh. Sided for what? Not to join secular India. Please try to understand. These patriots who are giving us lectures and lessons of patriotism, I request them to open up a few of small books about Jammu and Kashmir. You will find out what is what. Maharaja Hari Singh entered into an agreement with Pakistan called Stand Still Agreement. That means post and telegraph was under their authority. Then the raiders came. Raiders said to be with the support of the then leadership of Pakistan. Maharaja Hari Singh left Kashmir and went to Jammu for his security. There was no Indian army in the whole area, neither in Jammu, nor in Kashmir, nor in Ladakh. Again, please go through the history. When Maharaja Hari Singh then wanted that I cannot face the tribals now, please help me. They put a condition that you accede to India first. We will send army. The then leadership of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, etc. Jammu was without Indian army till 26th last days of October of 1947. You were part of Indian Union, Tamil Nadu. Tribals came and who prevented tribals? Kashmiri Pandit was there. Kashmiri Pandits were there. Jammu is a nearby station. Some of you might be knowing. There were riots. Thousands, not hundreds, got killed. Thousands. I appeal to you. I appeal to all, even those who are associated with the present regime. Please go through the pages of history. Tell me, was even one incident, communal incident, a small minority called Kashmiri Pandit and a small minority called Sikhs and a few families of Christians in Kashmir Valley, was a single incident there? Single. I will apologize. I will say, hang me, because then my ancestors have done this wrong. Do you know what I am asking you, asking the great country? Can you afford? Can you just help me as a citizen, as a human being, to give me back those days when a Kashmiri Pandit, my daughter, my sister, was protected by his brother, by her brother from the Muslim community? They changed clothes so that the tribals cannot do any harm. That is my idea. That's my request to you all. That's my request to the younger generation. Life comes once. Be passionate. Religion is, yes, you have a faith. Somebody is this faith, that faith. And a person like Comrade Sampath is, I hope, You two are having a very strong faith, revolutionary faith. Somewhere I have heard. But anyway, my point is, no division. Now I am seeing today one in a school, one Muslim boy is picked up by the teacher. And he is asking the small kids to beat him one by one. When the news spreads, parliament member of that or assembly member of that area visits, he said there is misunderstanding. Can you imagine? Mr. Sarkar, Mr. Government Tarigami as a citizen dares to talk to you. This is unacceptable. This is not the dream of our forefathers. This is not the dream of my future. And then, now putting conditions, what dress you will have? In Karnataka? What dress means what dress? My sister, my daughter is here. She has the choice. She will decide what you will eat. Halal. You are trading halal meat, sending marketing in Dubai. That is not haram for you. But you are asking a small, poor person what to eat and what not to eat. Is this the India of those who got hanged? Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Ashfaqullah. Was this their dream? Now you are talking about that. I was yesterday in the town. I don't know. You have a very, very rich history here in Tamil Nadu. That's why there's a bridge between two. Tamil Nadu, Kashmir, identity question, Dravidian movement. Maybe you disagree, I disagree, but there are certain areas of agreement. And we are proud of. That is how we did not become mad in 1947 because of our tradition, cultural tolerance. That is how we did not dare, we did not touch any person whatsoever on the basis of faith. What went wrong? What went wrong? You are asking Kashmiri Pandit have gone? Yes. Some people are talking that they were asked to leave and they left. No. Tarigami left Kashmir on those days. I was the first to leave. Because I was the first to feel about. I know nobody leaves the home. Small, even the poor person does not want to. He can only leave when he feels insecure and uncomfortable. But my request is that pain which that community is facing has to be shared by all of us. And I, as a citizen, I am always, along with my colleagues and comrades and friends, telling my community, dear Kashmiri community, that this is unacceptable. This is a black chapter in our history. Whosoever has done it. But this pain has been Maulana Mohammed Said, the first MP from Kashmir, a freedom fighter. He was on the deathbed, cancer patient, aged person. He was killed. Maulana Farooq, father of today's Mirwais, he was killed. But then dozens of mourners were also killed. By whom? By the government bullets. Sir, This is a painful history, the painful part of our history. At one point of time, we declared, our leadership declared, and people declared that religion does not teach us to discriminate each other. मजहब नहीं, अमानुल्लाह साहब बाद में तर्जुमा कर लीजिए, मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना. Religion, any religion does not teach us to hate each other. Any religion. This was the cry from Kashmir. Then what happened? Where from this 370 came? I pose a question here. Britishers ruled for and then left. Then we were gifted by the leadership of those that moment. No name of today's rulers anywhere, not even in Hashia. You understand Hashia? Footnote. No name anywhere in the list of the freedom fighters. Now today, even Jawaharlal Nehru is being questioned. I was told, I was interviewed, one of the persons asked me, no, Nehru committed blunder. I said, how? How is it that he left the Pak occupied Kashmir? He did not capture that. I said, please listen. At least first of all, reward him, because Maharaja was reluctant to accede with Indian Union. Who gave this part? Whatever part, 2/3 of it, that is part of India, who has handed over that? You understand my point? You are punishing him, you are accusing him, you are denouncing him that you did not capture that area. You can debate over, but reward him that he could, when Maharaja was reluctant, when Pakistanis came, he was the person, Jawaharlal Nehru, his colleagues, along with the leadership of Kashmir, they ensured that the relationship emerges not on the basis of religion, on the basis of human value. It is here that a pact emerged between the two leaderships. The leadership of India, in which Gandhiji was there in the front row, Jawaharlal Nehru was there, Sardar Patel was there, Abul Kalam Azad was there, and in those times in the cabinet, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee also was there. There was a compact, because on the other hand, Pakistan was talking that this is a bordering state, Muslim majority area, this belongs to us. They defied the writ. They went against the current and entered into this historic relationship. What is the pact? Constitution was being framed. Pakistan was talking about the basis of religion, of relationship. Some people were talking even Maharaja, independent Jammu and Kashmir. And the Kashmiri leadership and the leadership of the country as a whole, they joined together and were formulating a future direction for the country called Constitution of India, along with Dr. Ambedkar. And it is that Constituent Assembly which gave the whole India a perspective, a direction called Constitution of India. And it is that Constituent Assembly which gave some protection to the rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Please try to understand, this is the origin. This is the pact. This is a commitment of the great country, those who were framing the Constitution of India, that look, Kashmiris, you have a choice. Your king is vacillating, ruler is vacillating, but despite all that, you are joining secular India. We assure you that your identity will be protected. Your culture will be protected. Your life will be protected. How? By giving certain constitutional guarantees. And this is the clause 370, a bridge of relationship. What has today's government done? BJP. They have not built any bridge of relationship. No. My worry is, my pain is, my concern is that they have destroyed, they have assaulted that bridge of historical relationship by abrogating Article 370, downsizing Jammu and Kashmir, dividing it. I question. You might not be knowing, or some of you must be knowing as well, that it is the only area in the whole of the country where there is no assembly for the last 5 years. Tell me, how will Tamil Nadu people feel about Karnataka if there is no assembly? BJP is talking that it was on our agenda 370. Was this on your agenda? To punish the people of Jammu, to punish the people of Ladakh, to punish the people of Kashmir by denying them the legitimate constitutional rights of having assembly. One, they are talking about terrorism. A simple question. Was 370 the cause of terrorism? In 60, in 50s, in 70s, in 80s? I request you, please analyze the facts. Why was terrorism in Punjab? There was no 370. There was no 370, but it was ferocious, more than Kashmir. Don't distort facts. Yesterday, Supreme Court of India did not do what we were expecting from it. Yes, I am frank. But as a citizen of this great country, I must reaffirm my faith on the wisdom of the people of India. If not today, tomorrow, all the people from south to north will understand the pain of Kashmir, will understand the legitimacy of their rights, and punish those who have, for their own narrow ends, assaulted the very bond of relationship between Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. None else but the enemies of country will be happy with all this. And lastly, I will assure you all, through you, my friends, in this district, whether somebody is a Hindu, a Christian, a Muslim, upper caste, lower caste, whosoever, we must learn to remain together. We must learn to remain together by all circumstances. The vested interest, bad politics will try to divide us. We cannot shape our future by remaining divided. We can only find solutions to our problems, whether one belongs to minority or majority. No way to remain aloof. No way to remain divided. The only call of the time is to remain together, to save the constitution, rule of law, and to work in defense of the rights of the people of India. Thank you very much.